No matter how old we get, we're always still learning, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So here's what I'd love to do. Set the groundwork here a little bit on this hidden challenge that B2B companies have today in trust. And I wanted to throw out a few different stats from last year's Edelman LinkedIn Trust Barometer, which they do on a regular basis, right? Not only has trust been going downward for decades in the United States, all over Europe, all over the world, right? But we're in a significant decline right now. And I think they had over 32,000 respondents in this worldwide study. And one of the most amazing findings that they had is that 61% worried that business leaders were being intentionally misleading. And that hit really hard because our brands are trust marks, right? That's kind of what we learned early on. If we don't have trust in the relationship, we're supposed to be trusted advisors. That's what a Gartner or a Forrester would say, right? So this idea of trust is really woven into how we go to market. But when you and I first started talking, you brought up a really good point. You said, I want to start talking, Steve, about building and maintaining internal trust first. And I wanted to ask you about why you felt that was the place to start, which there's no argument, and why you think that's the place to start and what we should be doing internally to build trust.
It's a great question, or a series of questions there. I think for me, I always think it's important to look internally first. In all the different businesses I've been in, you can be aligned, and that's a great word, and it's good to be that. If you need to trust each other in a business, and that doesn't just mean the C-suite, it means across the business, across all the people who work. It could be in finance, you're calling in for the bills. It could be customer support, getting the complaints from customers when something comes in. How you deal with it, how you feel, and how you respond to that. If you trust the rest of the team, you trust the rest of the company, and you know why you're there, the kind of the why, as people often say, then that's kind of how you start to build trust. It's not through, I think to some of your points earlier, you can talk about it, but it's really making sure that people feel it and believe it, I think is important in that as well.